Ladies and gentlemen, something very, 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 very strange is going on in this particular video. Shout out to my brother Oscar for sharing this particular video with me via email. But something going on in this video, right? Sandwiched basically between two young females, and they seem to be grabbing at each other's hair and shit and squabbling, and what it looks like is that they fighting over something that he did. Right, maybe that's his main chick, his main boo, and his side chick going at it. That's kind of what an outsider perspective or a perspector like myself would see in this particular situation. Just two young ladies fighting over a man. Now, I would like to believe that I would be flattered to the T to have my wife fight over me. But as a grown-ass man, A, as a man with integrity, B, and as a man that don't put up with no bullshit, C, I would never in my life put my wife in a situation where she has to fight for me like that. You see, I kind of handle things a little bit differently in my life, and the way that I go about certain situations and stuff like that, I can't imagine putting her in a situation where she would have to throw hands with somebody because my side chick is trying to expose me or some shit like that. Because I just don't want to ever have to put her in that situation, because little do y'all know, she a little crazy. Now, my wife a little off. In a beautiful way. She beautiful crazy, right? She a little off. I ain't gonna hold you. She a little off. And I would hate to see what she would do if she was really mad at another young lady. Now, I would think that she would take some of that anger and aggression out on me, right? But I do believe that she will channel a greater majority of that energy towards the young lady that's trying to expose me in one way, shape, or form, because I do believe to an extent she don't play no games when it comes to me, right? I like to believe my wife got my back, right? So she don't just sit there and let shit fly. You feel me? But going back to the video and watching my man just look like he was miserable, fam, it kind of looked like you put yourself in that situation, my boy. Like that looked like a personal thing that you probably could have avoided. But for some reason they encountered one another. I don't know, maybe I was just walking hand in hand in the barangay. Whether that be you and your wife, or you and your side piece and the other opposing party saw y'all together and it was just on sight. Who knows? Who knows what it is? But the look on your face says a lot to me. You look like you're miserable, family. You look like you're miserable. And, you know, it's not uncommon, with all due respect, it's not uncommon for guys in the Philippines to have second families or girlfriends on the side. No different than it's not uncommon to find or have that in probably any other country in the world when it comes to, you know, some guys. But with these types of duties comes some great responsibility, y'all. And y'all gotta be careful, my gentlemen I'm talking to. Y'all gotta be careful how y'all play with these women's hearts, man. And I ain't caping or anything. Oh, dog, you on your sip shit. No. Gotta be careful, man. I like to end everything amicably. Like I said before, I handle my situations differently than a lot of people because I know what could potentially be if I do not, right? I'm very much aware of how crazy shit can get if not. I am one of those people who believe in the extremes, right? The fatal attractions. I honestly believe that you deal with a young lady on the side and shit, she starts to become super obsessed with you, and, you know, the sex is fantastic. I'm talking about you and the side chick and all that stuff, and everything is on cloud nine when y'all together, but then you know you got to break it off for whatever reason. You got to break it off, and she just don't want to let go. Gentlemen, sometimes it ain't even the fact that the sex is good. Maybe you just take care of her financially and she's not gonna let that bag go. All right? You gotta understand there's a bunch of reasons to keep a young lady around, and sometimes I'm gonna keep it real with you, to all my gentlemen who are not necessarily looking for relationships. Sometimes they are willing to, you know, put a little cash here and there, put on a couple of these young ladies' books and just keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? And that works, right? No strings attached, just hey, we meet up, we link up, here's a little bit for you for whatever you gonna use it for, and keep it pushing. A lot of guys are cool with that. And usually those relationships, when they end, you know, most girls ain't really tripping about it because they knew what it was from the beginning. But like I've said before, there's a lot of guys who lead them into the idea of a relationship, lead them into the idea that you might leave your wife or some shit like that. Just some dumb shit. I can only imagine in the Philippines how it would be if you tell a young lady you're gonna leave your wife knowing damn well there's no divorce in the Philippines, so you wouldn't be able to marry her anyways. I just can't imagine you selling that dream and she actually believing in it. I'm just saying. But neither here nor there. I believe my man put himself in a situation that was some completely uncalled for and probably could have been avoided, right? But yet and still, here we are. Yo, two young ladies looking like they're going at it. And again, maybe I'm reading the situation wrong. Maybe the good doc checked the temperature and it just didn't hit. Or maybe, you know, I'm seeing things differently and it's a whole completely different story. Maybe there's a backstory that I'm missing. But from what I see, the only time women fight over a dude like that, or fight and the guy is involved in one way, shape, or form, is if they fighting over him or they're fighting each other for this particular guy, right? Or it could be his sister and he just trying to break up a fight between him and a local neighbor girl. I don't know. But what I do know is this is what inspired this particular video. The fact that I saw this this little video and it looked like my man was miserable. Like he looked like he was like, man, how the fuck did I get here? And gentlemen, I want you to continue to ask yourself this. Let's use this as a learning lesson. If you choose to play around, man, if you choose to have multiple relationships, are you ready for the ramifications? A. B, do you have contingencies in place? And C, what is it that you gonna do if it ever pops off like that? Gotta know, you gotta have those answers in advance. Like, these are questions that I would answer in my mind before I even remotely try to get into a situation like that. That would be dumb as hell if you don't know how you gonna handle the shit in case shit happens. If you don't know how you gonna handle it, family, then you better off not engaging at all. Again, I'm doing this for your benefit. I'm saying this for your benefit because, you know, it's not worth the headache, y'all. It truly is not. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know if it's worth it to you, but for me, I gotta think long and hard before I even remotely even think about doing some stupid shit like that. Like before it becomes a reality, I gotta think, man, because I know what I got, right? I know what I got. And I mean that from two different perspectives. I know the young lady that I'm with, and I've been with her for a long time, so I know what I got in her, and I know the value that we bring to each other. And on the flip side, I know what I got because I know the level of crazy that I'm dealing with when it comes to my young lady. You understand? I know the level of crazy I got on my side. So I know what could happen to me, right? I know what could be attempted towards me. Should shit go ham shit, you know, ape shit crazy, you know, ham sandwich. But I also know what could happen to the young lady if she finds out too, you know. But we just never gonna push it that far. It'll never get that far. Because we are astute people in this life. We handle our situations differently, right? And if you know, then you know, right? If you come to blows or it always ends in fights and brawls and stuff, chances are you just don't know how to resolve conflicts with words. If you're allowed to go that far. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. It's been a good doc, man. Shout out to my brother Oscar for sharing. If you guys got any videos or anything that you want me to cover in any capacity, email me at MikeThePI@gmail.com. If you just want to reach out to me, you already know where to find me. Email me as well. Feel free to share, like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to support, there's a little button down there, some $sign somewhere to support the video. Because this ain't a live, I would appreciate y'all drop a couple dollars on the Good Docs books. All right. Appreciate you locking in. It's been a good doc. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out. Peace.